Recording in progress.
Stopping in, we've been tapping in, we ain't never late. Dropping gems, we've been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took else to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been the heavyweight. Stopping in, we've been tapping in, we ain't never late. Dropping gems, we've been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took else to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been the heavyweight.
It's a steady rate. Them boys is always late. What's going on, y'all? It's episode 68. Heavyweight Bros is back. It's been quite some time. Today is December 21st. We are 4 days away from Christmas. I know we've been gone for a minute, but we back again. But the Heavyweight Bros are here. As usual, I am your host of 5XL Assassin, the diabolical diabetic, your boy, the big nasty. And to my right, looking like Christmas done threw up on himself, is your boy, the high yellow hitman. High yellow hitman.
Wow.
It's been a while. The freaking Deacon, Coach Buck, Uncle Raisin. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Do you even know all your nicknames? Like when I run them down, like you could do that?
Yes.
Go ahead right now. What's all your nicknames?
The high yellow hitman, the freaking Deacon, Coach Buck. That's it.
My little dumpling.
Oh my goodness! Did you set me up for that? You knew what you was doing?
No.
Oh my!
So
goodness.
I was right with the high yellow hitman, but you was looking at me like I was crazy.
I was just letting you go with it, man. I didn't know if you had something on your head that you wanted to get off. You know what I mean?
How you doing?
But yes, I'm doing well. Happy to be back potting again. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I know you was on vacation. I know I was away on vacation, and then we finally found our way back together.
For a minute, but we back again.
Hey,
I know we got a lot of stuff to get through. So I don't know if we even want to waste any time doing anything. I know we're gonna chop this up like the way we've been doing.
Yes.
Are we doing this one? Is the digging in the crates?
Digging
is
in
that
the
part
crates. No diggity, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll get a first two to you.
First two.
Yeah, first two to you. I think you listened to the first two. I haven't gotten to them yet. I apologize. I know. I apologize.
Well, my things are actually albums. Yours are songs. So maybe we should do your stuff first.
All right, we can do that. All right. So the first one is One Mic, One Gun.
Okay.
So we know the whole big. It's been out for a minute, but
Why does that sound so familiar?
Nas and 21 Savage.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So you know you had the whole situation where people were debating what 21 Savage meant when he was calling Nas irrelevant, and they had all this back and forth. And I think these gentlemen handled it perfectly. They was like, the best way to shut everybody up is to just do a track together. Now you can't make any assumptions, you can't make any affirmations, you can't say anything about us two and how we feel towards each other or what I said, because we are doing music together. And I was concerned, but it was actually a good song.
It was. It
was a good song. I appreciated it. I think I rocked it for all of like a week straight. It is still in my playlist, but I got other things tailored up before that. But I have no problem going back to it. And I thought, rather than getting in a bunch of interviews or letting people manipulate the situation or go back and forth, they just deaded the whole situation by getting on a track together, which I thought was super savvy.
Would it have made the Drake and 21 album? Like, do you think this song was good enough?
Yeah, because there's some songs on Drake and 21's album that I don't like.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
but you do
I can
like
easily say, let's take this out and put that in.
But you do like this one like quite a bit, and I know that we're getting ready to do our year end of the list, like top songs and stuff like that. Like, is this cracking the top songs of the year?
Unfortunately, I would say no, only because before this song came out, I was already pretty much solidified for the year. I was already getting my notifications and doing my homework and even surprising myself like, dang, I did like that song more than I thought. So
the Spotify Wrapped helped me out. I'll tell you that right now. Like,
listen.
I was like, damn. I was like, those are my top songs of the year. And I was like, damn, I was bumping that. Oh, I was really bumping that.
Yeah,
I still bang with that. Actually, I want to listen to that.
Right.
Like,
so it's not like there's not room for you. It's just like, bro, I invited you to a party. I mean, I made stuff for 20 people. You said you wasn't going to make it. But then you did show up. I'm happy you here, but you're the 21 person.
You're gonna have to.
I only got 20 guests.
You're gonna have to stand up and eat. Everybody else got a chair.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But you're welcome. You're welcome. Though. You're welcome. You here. You here.
This is what you call it though. I felt like we've been getting a lot of quality stuff dropping like towards the end of the year, like music, TV, and movie wise, where it's just like, man, y'all really try to make this cut, and it's just like, yo, but like. these dudes have been holding it down. It's kind of like in the NBA, like Giannis, all year will be the the player of the year. They'll be the same guy for the entire year, and then all of a sudden, like James Harden, Jokic, or somebody will make like a 3-month run, and they'll be like, "But are they the MVP?" They're just like, "Yo, but Giannis has been doing this for 12 months, bro." It's one of those things. It's an argument though, and like Giannis has lost out to MVPs because of that.
Yes,
like it happens because we live in the "what have you done for me lately" type of deal. You know what I mean?
And that sucks so badly.
It does
so badly.
It does.
I hate that. All right, we digress.
I did enjoy the song like as well though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the 21 Savage features a cheat code nowadays.
Yes, it is.
And stuff like that. Nas was a solid, just coming fresh off of the King's Disease 3.
Yes, he was.
Stuff like that too. So I was just like, I enjoyed it. Like I don't know if it'll make my top 10 either, and stuff like that. But I was just like, it's in the rotation for the year. I mean, that says enough. Like right there.
I agree.
It's quality.
I agree. So I'm scrolling through TikTok, right?
Uh-huh.
And you know how TikTok.
You TikToking now?
I'm not TikToking. I was just like, me and my son was having a moment. We was both looking at TikTok videos like, this is what's funny to dad. This is what's funny to son. Like, oh, okay. Compare and contrast, right?
Mm.
We both keep seeing the same video where everybody's singing the same song. And I'm like, where is this song from? And it's the freaking Yams song.
Oh, the Fetty Wap. Can I get to the yams?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
Sweet
Yes.
yams.
Yes.
Show me the way. That joint is fire, bro.
So I found myself like whistling the song while I'm at work. I'm singing the song. The kids like, "Mister, you know that song?" And I'm like, I had to look up the song before I found out that it was actually Fetty Wap. I thought it was just like, you know what I mean? Random TikTok stuff that becomes a trend and people just make a bunch of videos about it. And then I was just like, I look up the song. It's like 6 days in. It's already at 1 million views. And I'm just like, well, obviously, because everyone's using it for TikTok.
Yeah.
Then I was like, wait, this is Fetty Wap? Then I'm like, wait, why does it have the Martin background? Then I'm like, what is the connection? And then I looked up the video for Martin, where Martin is in the studio with Tommy Davidson, and he's just like, I need them yams. I got bills to pay. I was like, oh, this guy was thinking about this strategically. So it is catchy.
Yes.
It is catchy. I think them songs only about like 1:40.
If that. That's all it needed to be. It's a ringtone. That's all it needed to be.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's very catchy. It's very TikTok-ish. But it's good to see Fetty Wap back on the scene, I guess.
I think it's fantastic because what is it called, like an earwig song?
Yes.
Like once it gets in there, it's hard to get it out. Type of deal. I like that other R&B artists have like tried to cover it for the most part, and none of them have done as good as Fetty's has done. Yeah. The only one that I've seen come close is the Uncle Charlie Wilson.
Yes,
he killed it. I was like, oh,
he killed
okay.
It. And he didn't even sing it the way Fetty Wap was singing. He was like, "No, we'll put my own
first name Charlie.
We'll put my own stake on it."
Because like I don't know if you saw, but like Genuine tried to do it. Like a bunch of people tried to do it, and I was just like, that ain't it. That ain't it.
Yeah,
I was like, Fetty's killing him.
To digress just a little bit, I have to commend Genuine. All right, because this man took what could have been a disastrous moment and has made a ticket sale out of this one little dance move.
He's had the most insane year.
Yes.
I feel like every 2 months there's a weird Genuine thing.
Did you see the mascot?
Yeah.
He had a Genuine mascot with a super big head. He was doing the dance move. I'm like, hey, Genuine, that's how you turn the profit.
There's the multiple ones though. There's that one, and then there's the one where he's holding himself up. Have you seen that one? There's one where he's like doing like, he does like a push-up, but he like holds himself up and he's like, oh.
No.
And that's the thing is like, and then eventually that turned into a meme as well. And I was just like, yo, this dude Genuine is like out of nowhere having the most memeable year. Man. And it's like he's just leaning into it, and I was like,
can't help but wonder why does his head look so big now? Like, I feel like Genuine got a like what?
You got that alcoholic head, bro. Like you know how like when people drink too much.
Like I don't know if like your head was always big and your body shrunk, so now it's like more accent on your dome.
That could be because you know how like when sometimes when skinny dudes get older, they get like tight.
Yeah, they get that frail joint.
Maybe that's what it is.
So
you notice he's not taking off the button ups. He's just unbuttoning the so you can see the pack is still there. Yeah, but that's just he's hungry.
I commend that brother for letting people try to roast this man. He turned that joint for a profit.
Hey,
so
all publicity is good publicity, right?
All right, this next one is hilarious to me.
Okay.
Glockianna.
That name sounds very familiar.
She featured on Duke Deuce's album.
The young girl.
Yeah, I think she's like 16,
yes,
17 years old. Yes. I'm like, dang, shorty named Glockianna is like this.
You showed me it's like a quick song that she did, right?
Yes. So She has a song. I know we're coming off the whole Duke Deuce thing. There's no connection to that. But I think
There's a
because
connection, but there's no connection.
I guess. I mean, it's Duke Deuce's song featuring Glockianna, but it's not. But it's only her in the song. He's in the video, but like he sings like the chorus at the end or something like that. But that's here nor there. I just wanted to make sure that this wasn't not like a I'm still on your boots because of the last review. That's not what this is. All right, so don't be sending me no random messages in the chat like, yo, you're wilding. All right, so I know because I went super hard listening to the Duke Deuce album. All things connected start popping up. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, they listening. You know they listening, right?
If anybody's listening, your phone's listening. That FBI agent is no joke.
Exactly. So Glockianna comes out with this song, and I must tell you, the joint is fire.
I think I heard it's like she's like in like a school,
like a convenience store or something like that. Yes.
And she's like, it's like a minute, some changes, just
like,
her just.
I want to tell you, it's exactly 1 minute and 38 seconds long. Exactly 1 minute and 38 seconds long. And you know how long she raps for? Probably about 1 minute and 25 seconds, and then it's all hook at the end. And I'm just like, you know what? I can appreciate this song. And for her young age, I don't care if somebody wrote for her or not. When you listen to that joint,
spitting, bro.
When you listen to that joint, you're like, yeah.
It's like when you first hear the beat, it sounds like the FREE, and that's what I thought it was gonna be. And I was like, oh no, like she going off. And I was like, she's spelling her name at one point. I was like GLOC.
Right. She talking to grown man like, you come to Memphis, bro. I can see the sucker in you. It's like you crying. I was like, okay, Glockianna. That's one I'm gonna be checking for. All right, that's one I'm gonna be checking for. So I just thought it was super entertaining that popped up again like on my feed because of the Duke Deuce review. But then I listened to the song. I was not excited about listening to it, but I was like, let me give it a play just to be honest about the music. And when it hit, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna add it to the playlist.
Okay.
So it's pretty fire. All right. So I think that's it for singles.
Oh, that's all you got?
Yeah, that was it. Just those 3 songs. We can hop into some albums.
All right. So like the first album that came up was Metro Boomin's album.
Yes.
Heroes and Villains.
Yes.
And I want to say it's 15 songs. It's about like 45 minutes. I was trying to see if I can get all the people who are featured on it.
I am listening to it today. I did hear the one song that came out first
because it's the big song, and I will get to it in a second.
Right.
So it's like, he's got this. It's so to me, he's kind of showing DJ Khaled like how you're supposed to do a producer album.
Ooh, talk about.
Where it's just like, DJ Khaled is just like, yo, like I'm gonna put this beat, I'm gonna get this sample from like this old song, and I'm just gonna get all these good people and just put them on it. And like sometimes it works. Because DJ Khaled's got all these hits, but sometimes it doesn't. It's like what you want to do is you want to make good music, and like these are all like almost like original Metro Boomin beats.
DJ Khaled be on that Trailblazers when they had Pippen. They just had mad players on the court.
Yeah, like so that like what you need is you need chemistry.
Right.
And it's like that to me is like what Heroes and Villains was.
That boy over here talking, he's talking right now.
It's like you could try to build a super team if you want to, but what you need is chemistry. Looking at you, Minnesota Timberwolves. Like. So like this album features John Legend, Future, Chris Brown, Don Toliver, Travis Scott, 21 Savage, Young Nutty, Young Thug. Let's see, more Young Thug, more Don Toliver. The Weeknd, so much 21 Savage, Mustafa, ASAP Rocky and Takeoff, Gunna, and that was pretty much it.
Okay.
The 2 standout tracks are the ones that people are talking about right now. One of them is the song with The Weeknd and 21 Savage is called Creepin'.
Okay.
And I don't know if you heard it yet, but it's a word for word remake of the Mario Winans song I Don't Want to Know. Like, I don't want to know if you're playing. So it's just like they're slowed it down, stuff like that. The kids are going crazy for it. The song is fire, stuff like that.
My goodness.
Us people that know better. It's like it ain't as good as the Mario Winans one. Like I'll let you know that right now. Like
as soon as you said it, I was just like,
they was playing the Mario Winans one in the club. Like they slowed this one down and made it like real Weekend style. It's good. It just ain't as good as the original. You ain't your daddy.
Yeah, that old one is kind of like the definition of the Jay-Z bar when he's like both in the club high singing off key. It's like that's one of them type of songs. Like everybody's singing that joint.
But then the other one, and it's like I think because the beat is just so amazing more than anything, but even more is the sample that they use in the beginning, and the song is called Superhero. Yes, and it's like it starts off with the monologue from the Homelander, from the boys, and he's doing like the whole like you need me to save you, and it's like the way the beat comes in, and then it's like Future.
That's the new trend on TikTok too. Yeah, where everybody's like, what if this song started with this?
Oh, I think I've been sending it to
And
you.
they put it
I'm like,
in
here's
quotes.
Thanos, here's
Yes.
Ultron,
Right.
here's Loki. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like every time I'm just like, oh, like I don't even care about like the actual song after this. Like the build up, the whatchamacallit, the speech with the beat and the build up, and then like, you know, Future does come through like, give it to a superhero. Like, let's say I got listen because like I don't even remember how the rest of the song goes. 21's on that song, and I don't even remember 21's part. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm like, yo, like he got one with this one, and like he smartly what he did is he released the album, and then he made the deluxe version of the album, and it's all just the instrumentals. So like that's how people are able to do like the memes and stuff like that real quick. And it's like I'm gonna yo these instrumentals are clean, boy, clean.
And the instrumental you have to purchase it as well.
I mean, it's like it's on streaming services, so it's like if you just go to the albums now, like you could go to like the deluxe version and stuff like that, and whatchamacallit, and they'll just be on there. Like I'm sure if you bought it from the store, but like I don't even know who has CD players anymore. Like that's like you could do that if you wanted to, but like on streaming services, like I'm pretty sure the version is now the deluxe version. So they have the regular version, and then I have like all instrumentals right after. So it'd be like it's 30 songs, like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
I think the album was solid. I thought the production was fire as a bunch of things. I don't think that like everybody brought the heat on their verses in this one. So like there's a couple of songs where it's just like they're good vibes and they're good listens to, but like nobody says anything so crazy where I'm like kind of like where that Jay-Z's God Did verse like carried that Khaled album for the most part, where it's just like, oh yeah, you gotta listen to this one, you gotta listen to this one. I think you are here for the whatchamacallit, the beats and stuff like that, and I think the superhero is like a great example of like what you're in for. Is like you're here for this like this whole vibe, this whole dope beat, stuff like that, and everybody's kind of just that's what it is. Everybody's just kind of riding the beats. Nobody's skating on nothing in here, and I was kind of hoping like there was gonna be like a Cole in here because it's like I was like, yo, I felt like on that superhero beat, like he would have went. I could only imagine like the verse that Cole would have spit on there, but I do think that it is worth a listen to.
Okay.
I don't think it's a must listen to.
Okay.
So like, yeah, I mean, Metro Boomin Heroes and Villains is a solid album.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give it a listen. I'm listening to it tonight and tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'll let you know.
And on the flip side of that, SZA might have dropped the best R&B album of the year with the SOS, boy. SZA went crazy.
So I have it queued up. I haven't heard it yet.
She
and
went
I was
crazy.
mad because I'm trying to, like, you know how you try. It's kind of like a movie. I don't want any spoilers. I want to be able to go see it for myself. And then I ended up starting hearing some reviews, like randomly, not on purpose, hearing reviews. And what I heard was not good, and I'm kind of disappointed.
Really?
Not because of what I heard, but because it's like I just don't want to be influenced before I listen to the music.
But what I'm saying is like, what have you been hearing people saying? Because I feel like I'm on the opposite end, and I don't know if like that's just because like your stuff is tailored towards you, so like you hear like a lot of your own.
Which I'm gonna do anyway. But it's just like I don't want to go in looking for what you looked for. I want to find my own thing. Right. You know what I mean? But what I've heard that is like pretty. I don't want to say consistent, but like. I mean, everybody's kind of said the same thing. I've heard it on 3 different platforms. I won't name them because I don't put nobody's stuff out there like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to always give my own review anyway. But what it was said was that the whole album sounds like one long song. So it's like not really a change in music. It's just like it's kind of hard to listen through it straight through because you feel like you're listening to one whole song.
Okay, I guess I could. I feel like it's on one vibe. I think SZA herself explained like the album is called SOS because it was like, you know, she was looking for help in like her first adult relationship, like Control. That album was more like about like her first like your teenage relationships, and that's why there's songs like The Weekend and stuff like that on there. But this one's like a little bit more adult. So like she's talking about like how she felt so apart from herself, and it's like the album cover is like her like on a diving board like in the middle of the ocean because that's like how she felt like in the relationship. But just to get into specifics of the album, it is 23 songs. Okay. It's an hour and 8 minutes, so it's like an easy listen to. Okay. Most of the songs are like between 2.5 minutes and like 3 minutes. Okay. And stuff like that. As far as features go, there's not a lot on here. There's one song with Don Toliver. There's a song with Phoebe Bridgers, who I didn't know who that was at the time. I still don't know. She has a song with Travis Scott, which Travis Scott and SZA, like I don't know if you remember, but they did the other song, the not Love Lies. What's the name of that song? He's like, why you bother me? Why you bother me? Why you bother me? How hard I get and time miss me in the right. What is the name of that song?
I don't know.
Love, long as we got love, love. Long as we got.
I just want to see you keep trying to get so entertaining.
and then she had ODB on the last song. Old Dirty Bastard made an appearance on the final song.
On this album?
Yeah, the final song.
Is it like he's singing, rapping, or he's
rapping.
talking?
He's rapping.
Really?
Yeah, there's ODB.
These are new bars or old bars?
I think they got to be old bars. Like he's been dead for like 15 years.
Yeah, but you never know. You never know what somebody could be holding on to, man. I don't put none past nobody.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, I don't like. They're not bars that I've heard, but like I'm not the biggest ODB person, so like I can't tell you if they're reused from like an older song or anything like that. But like there's like 4 or 5 songs on here that I'm like are absolutely fantastic. Where I was like, wow, like she blew me out of the water. Like her writing on these songs, like, you know, you can say whatever you want. I know a lot of people don't necessarily care for SZA's singing voice. I think she's a great singer, but it's like more importantly than that is like she knows how to vocalize like her thoughts very well. And it's like some of the things that she said, I was like, oof, like she's spitting bars like on these songs. But she does, I think my favorite song on there is a song with Don Toliver, and I feel like the way that they play off of each other with like her voice and his voice and stuff like that. It's like, and it's a good breakup too, because like it is the thing where it's like I just listened to 8 songs in a row that's just SZA, and then it's like here's a song with another person, and it's like, oh, so you get to latch on to like the other person switching the vibe and stuff like that. And it's like I can see people saying where it sounds like it's all one big long song because of the fact that it is like this song is just her, and then like, you know what I mean? So it's like you get sucked into that. But I think like if we're talking about subject matter, if we're talking about like the beats, if we're talking about the lyrics and voice, like it's tough. Like I like as far as like R&B albums go, like this year, because I mean we've had Brent Faiyaz, we've had Beyonce, we had Chris Brown. Like these are big artists that have dropped, and it's like if Chris Brown is probably going to end up having like the best R&B album of the year, and I think that's like because like he's re-released it like 3 different times already. So like now the album has like 40 something songs on it. So it's like it's a different way to get you like reinvigorated like into the album or whatever. But it's like everybody else is like, here's the album and like that's it. Chris Brown just he's giving you like DLC. He's like Fortnite with his joint. It's like you didn't realize that a new battle pass dropped like every time.
It is chess
or whatever. But like if it wasn't for him and that, SZA like is up there. Like I think that there's a real argument for like this album is better than Beyonce's album. I think there's an argument for this is better than Brent Faiyaz's album, stuff like that. Like I think like this album was really, really, really well done. And I was a big fan of her Control album. I don't know if it's better than Control, but I think it's just as good. And I think if you're an R&B fan and you're looking for like new R&B music or something to latch onto, I think this is a must listen to for you. But if that's not your bag, like then I guess you could skip it, like, you know what I mean? But it's like I think she crushed it. Because Summer Walker was another one that dropped one this year, right? Or was it Ari Lennox? It was Ari Lennox. It was
I know she dropped the album for sure. I'm not sure about Summer
And I think like my critique of that album was that it was like it sounded like the same vibe all the way through. And it was like this album is not that. Gotcha. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't do that. Like there was never a point where I was like, all right, I'm done listening to this album. Right. Like I was just like, man, like I hadn't listened to like, is this a SZA song? Like I was doing that, but I never was like, this song is trash. Like I need to change it. Like I had a harder time finding songs that I didn't like versus the songs that I thought were like above and beyond. Like I think it's a lot of like.
How many tracks did you say it was?
23. I think these songs are at least like B pluses, like every song. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're good tracks.
How long are the songs?
Like I said, like 2.5 to 3 minutes each. So it's like it only takes an hour to get through the entire album.
I might be able to polish that one off this week too.
You should be able to. I mean, you could do it in a night. Like you could literally like, I played a 2K game and I could listen to like the whole album all the way through, stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Talking my language now.
You don't say that like you hop off video games anymore. You've been retired, bro.
Oh, man, you know what my worry is?
What?
Because I've been away for so long, being an adult, I guess, but I don't know if that's called being an adult because it's still something that's therapeutic for me. I feel like My thing is getting back on there and getting waxed.
Oh, you're gonna get waxed.
Getting waxed.
Especially if you play me. I'm gonna wax you.
Getting waxed and just like, I know I'm so much better at this game than this, but because I've been away for so long.
You're gonna do like the old head proverbs, like they say all the time. That's because you play this damn game all the time. See, the old games used to be easier.
No, I was like,
why would they change the controls?
The old games were harder. They made this easier so y'all could play. It took strategy before. Now you can just do anything.
Oh, don't even how about the new Madden? You're gonna be disgusted. You're like, what is this?
I might just play Call of Duty so I can run around, get one kill, disappoint my
Do you
team.
play anything anymore?
I haven't played nothing in a minute. I feel like I haven't picked up a controller in like a year or two.
Damn.
I know. That's bad.
I mean, it's not bad. It's like that's your world now. You know what I mean?
You know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
But I mean, did you have anything else for digging in the crates?
I have one more, but I don't want to do a critique on it because I want you to hear this album so we can share it together. Because I thought it was, I enjoyed this album that much. I am gonna say what it is, but I enjoyed this album that much. It was a very refreshing sound. Something I won't say haven't heard in a while, but it was just like good to hear a new style of music to my platform after like a lot of the stuff that I've been listening to. So it kind of helped me rinse my palate and just chill and kick it. It's definitely a vibe, and that's none other than Smino. He's got an album called Love for Rent.
I did listen to this album.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because of the J. Cole feature, it made me listen to the album.
Yeah, but I know the J. Cole song came out first and the album wasn't out right away.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, you know it on Spotify, but Spotify be like, I know you listened to this album. Guess whose album's out?
So you have heard it?
Yeah, it was all right. That's all I felt about it.
Tell me why it was just all right.
Like nothing jumped out to me. Even the J. Cole song, like I was just like the feature and everything. I was like, it's just okay to me.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Why'd you say that?
Because we live in this world of feature searching, and we're looking for like.
Now you know, I listen to the albums from front. Like I play from start one, song one, and I go all the way through. I was literally on an 18-hour road trip when I listened to it, and I was just like,
"Oh, you did go on a super long road trip."
Yes, bro.
I didn't know that you drove.
I drove straight through. From Springfield, Massachusetts to Ocala, Florida, 18 hours and 45 minutes.
By yourself?
By myself.
That man's a G.
There and back. The Florida police got me on the way back. The Georgia police.
What state can't you drive in no more now?
Georgia. It's a Florida-Georgia line.
I ain't never coming back.
There was like a point where like I'm flying and it's like from, I want to say like North Carolina, it's from South Carolina. It's like me and like 4 dudes. Yo, we hit Georgia and I just watched them get picked off. Fink, fink. And I was like, oh, shoot.
You know what I call that? I call that the pick and roll. Like, man,
did I slow down?
As long as you're 5 miles ahead of me, they gonna grab you. I can keep it moving.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I did. But then, like on the way back,
you became the pick.
I didn't have the squad with me, and it was like they got me. That brother was like, yo, you know, you just hit a super speeder ticket, right? And I was like, I don't know what that means. He's like, you anything above 84. Is considered a super speeder. We could take your car. You was doing 89. And I was just like, damn. And he was like, yo, where you coming from? And he's looking at my car and I told him the situation. He's like, I'm gonna give you a ticket for 84. And I was like, cool, man. It's fine. I was like, yo, I'll eat this $300 ticket.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't drive in Georgia. I was flying through that joint one time. I ain't never went back.
There's my piece of advice. Like, I'm telling you, smooth sailing all the way through.
You know what it'd be, right?
What?
It'd be like, there's certain speed limits that be at like 70, 75. So you're like, oh, I can easily go 85, 90. And then that speed limit change, you ain't paying attention. Like, oh, yeah, I am egregious with my speed.
But they were just like, I feel like that's how they make all their money. Mm-hmm. Because like they're like, I'm telling you, like I see no troopers, nobody, like the entire ride. Oh, yeah. I hit Georgia. There's at bare minimum like 24 troopers. Just like there's some spots where there's like 8 of them and they're all facing each direction so they can wham.
Literally the same thing.
Yeah.
Cop pulled me over. He's just like, what's going on? I was like, oh man, I just got carried away. There's nobody out here. It's dark. I was in the zone. I was just moving. He was like, this car don't got speed control? Cruise control. That's what this car don't got cruise control. I was like,
the cruise control is 885, brother.
I was like, yes, it does. He was like, you know how to work it? I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, there you go. I was like, dang, man.
License and registration,
right.
It's good to hear from you, big fella.
Right. Well, yeah, we digressed a little bit. I would definitely say listen to the Smino album, Love for Rent. It is a good, refreshing sound. Sorry, Joel didn't enjoy it more. It's not a bad album.
I was gonna say.
I know what you're gonna say. I'm not saying it's a bad album.
Because you were playing that card. I was like, Joel didn't enjoy it. That's not what I said.
That's not what I said. I'll rephrase. I wish Joel had enjoyed the album more, but it's not a bad album. It's a vibe. It's a good listen to. So.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
So like obviously, like I said, like on my way down, so I decided that I was going to run through the albums again that we had listened to this year.
Ooh.
And I went through each and every album and stuff like that. And I have a question to ask you. What is it that everybody else is hearing? Or maybe that's not the best way to put it. But it's just like I'm not flaming. But what I'm saying is like, am I missing the boat on this Pusha T album? Cause like,
he's tripping.
Cause like I know, like I said it myself. Like I think that either that album or Kendrick should win for Rap Album of the Year because like those are the albums that are up. And it's like I think Rolling Stones just posted their top albums of the year, and Pusha T was number one. It was the number one rap album of the year, and it was like I went back through it, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know if there's something in here that is just not connecting to me. I like Pusha T.
Me too.
I like Daytona. I like Lord Willin'. Hell Hath No Fury. I'm all in on Pusha T. This album did not do it for me. And it's like a lot of people are just like, yo, that neck and wrist. And I was like, neck and wrist never clicked like that for me, where I was just like, wow, this is the best album of the year.
First of all, that neck and wrist is fire. The album is dope. I wouldn't say it's the best album of the year though.
I went and I looked at my list from where I initially had it. It didn't make my top 10. Like I did
really?
I rearranged it now, but like at the time, like when I was on there, like I was like, this wasn't I had I had the Migos album above it. That's why I was just like, yo, like I had way more fun listening to this Migos album and stuff like that. And like I was like, Take Off was surprised me, like da. It's not that way anymore, but at the time, that's where it was, and like. I think it will make my top 10, but it's like, I don't even think it's making my top 5. And people are saying that this is the best. And I was like, am I just missing something? Because like usually like even things that I don't enjoy, I can see why people enjoy it. Like for instance, the Kendrick Lamar. I wasn't the hugest fan of the Kendrick Lamar, but I get why everybody's like on it. It's like it's art. It's an art thing, but it's just like the replayability.
It's a journey.
Yeah, but the lack of replayability makes it tough for me. And it's like that's what I want. It's like I want albums that like I can go back to, or like that make me want to listen to you more and more. Like I'm not the type
of you about to drive like. This is what I'm throwing on.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, that Kendrick had a bunch of maybe not this song. I did that a lot to Kendrick.
Oh man,
I didn't feel like listen to fuck you, Kendrick.
Kung Fu Kenny.
So like I just wanted to throw that, and then like the other ones, like I feel like the albums that are most certainly going to be in both of our top 5s. All they did was solidify why they needed to be in there. I was listening to them. I was like, this album's incredible. This album's incredible. This album is incredible. I was like, we weren't wrong about this one. We weren't wrong about this one. There's the Pusha T album seems to be the one album where it's like, I seem to be like in the complete minority to like everybody else.
Okay.
And I also saw in another podcast, they were having a debate of the rap verse of the year. And somebody had brought up the Jay-Z on the neck and wrist. And I was just like,
I gotta take Cole Johnny
twice.
over
Cole
there,
twice. Because that London and the Johnny P. Caddy's verse.
The London joint is fire because he goes from the UK accent to the English accent.
I don't want this one. I can have one when I can have both. Like,
and then he uses
it. Hop in there.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
You know I had to listen.
His Mystic. He uses references from men. Yes, like that's just not only fire bars, but it's respect to their culture. Like I'm not from the UK, but I know y'all rapping over here. I'm gonna make sure that I pay homage to y'all while I'm over here. Like smash it.
Like I'm talking about like difficulty matters, like bars matter, and it's like he hit every single thing on that verse. Nobody even gives a shit about the rest of that song. I fast forward.
The night I was born. Come on, man.
And the thing is, like,
we're not about to do this, man.
Benny's verse is
fire.
Is what you call it. It's not. If J. Cole's got an A+, Benny's got an AA- verse. Yes. Like, you know what I mean? They're both fire, but J. Cole's verse is so fire that people don't even think about Benny's thing.
Crazy. So crazy.
Which, by the way, re-listening to the Benny album, it's a lot better than I remember it being. I'll say that.
Yes. It'll stand the test of time.
But I was like, I don't know if you need to go back through this Pusha T album and tell me like if I'm crazy or not.
You kind of got me wanting to now.
I'm telling you, like I open mind.
I feel like when we stop, the first thing I'm gonna listen to is Johnny P's Caddy though.
Oh, when it came up on my Spotify rap, I was like, I can listen to this again real quick. Like I said.
Right now. Right now.
But yeah, that's all I really had to say. I know that we took a lot of turns out of here.
I was gonna get to the Gunna Young Thug thing, but people continue to prove that.
I mean, you seem to be on very one side of the fence on this thing. So, I mean, if you want to get to it, get to it.
Nah, I'm all set.
You sure?
I'm not even gonna give it the time of day.
Okay.
Because people keep acting like it's one thing and it's not that thing, and then it ends up being exactly what
This one, we're not gonna have both.
Right, right. And sometimes that's what dudes' misconceptions. You think you can have both, and it doesn't work that way. So I'm not even gonna spend no time with it, man.
Okay, say no more.
All right.
You want to talk about Kanye? You know that brother.
Chill,
I was like,
man.
I feel like we have more people in music doing things more than people making music things to talk about half the time.
That's well said. That is well said.
Which is crazy because like we talk about Blueface and you want to too. Like that.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, but like hey, we got a lot to get to, and I know our time is precious.
And it's the season. You know what I mean?
Tis the season.
Yeah, I'm not gonna focus on that negativity. All right, so we're gonna move on.
All right, so we're gonna end part 1. Part 2, we're gonna come back with Insomnia Hour. And what we got there? We got the Andor finale. We got Wednesday, Abbott Elementary, all the good stuff. We'll see y'all in part 2. Deuces.